Okay, guys. No, cancel. I don't know why this filtery thing's up here, but I'm going to try and zoom in. If you are in here, I don't know what this... Okay. I'm going to try and zoom in. Oops, now I zoomed in way too far. Okay, hopefully that's good. Hopefully this is good. I can't see any comments or anything on this one, so I'm going to go to this one, my tablet. I'm a little bit early, and I usually have my phone on mute. I hope I put it on mute. If not, you might be hearing the dings, and I'm very sorry for that. I've been doing a lot of running this morning. Or afternoon, evening, actually, I should say. Getting up. Here it is. It's running a little slow. I think you can see pretty good. It looks pretty good on my end, so I think we'll be able to see good there. Hello and welcome. If you are here, please leave your name or information in the comment below. Say hello, comment throughout, because at the end I roll the dice and we see who wins the card. So that seems to be working so far, so good for me. So I'm glad you're here. This is my host code. It is 2TVZYDZR. If you see anything here that you would like to order today, you can use that host code, and in the description box below there's a link to my Stampin' Up website so that you can purchase from me. So I am pretty excited. This is like a triangle fold card. It fits into a regular size envelope, and yeah, and this stamp set right here is an online exclusive stamp set. Remember how they came out with a bunch just recently? I think it was on November 7th. And I was only able to pre-order a few of the items because that's all they let us pre-order to share. But this was one when I went in on the 7th and found. And it's Feathered Flight. I absolutely love it. I think it's great for manly cards. I mean, I even like it, but I struggle with manly cards. So this is great to have for that. Hello, Aunt Charlotte. Glad you could join me. And so yes, so if this is a one you're interested in, you could stop in and check it out there on the online exclusive, or message me. But I absolutely love this stamp set, and this is my first time playing with it. So all right, for this card there's lots of pieces, and let's get started. I gotta get comfy here in my chair. I'm gonna try to keep the card in the camera view, but that doesn't always mean that that'll happen. All right. So you need your paper trimmer, and you need a piece of cardstock that is, this card will take one full sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. Just let you know there. Hello, Diane. Hi, Sharon. So, anyways, this is a 8.5 or 5.5 by 11 piece that you cut down out of an 8.5 piece of cardstock, and we're going to put it in, and we're going to score at 3. At 3. And then we got to score at 6. So we'll scoot all the way over there to 6. And then we're going to open up the arm on the Stampin' Up trimmer here. And we are going to scoot to 7.5. So here we are, 7.5. And then we're going to go to 9. And then we will scoot down to 10. Okay, so those are our score marks. So I will try to put all the information in the description box below. You have to give me a few minutes, but it will be 3, 6, 7.5, 9, and 10. And then we're done with that for now. And on this one here, we're going to score like this. On the 3-inch one, you're going to score away from you and give it a good score mark. And then what I like to do is I flip it over. So now the shortest score mark down here, the last one that we did, the 10-inch one, will be facing your body. And then you're going to take, and up here, you're going to score this one way up. You're going to score that one away. Then you're going to take the next one and you're going to score it towards you. Then the next one, you're going to score away. And then the next one, you're going to score towards you. So it's basically mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain, valley. And when you're done, you want something that looks like this. So this kind of a shape when you're all done. And then it'll look like this when it's sitting upright. Like that. Okay, so we're going to set that aside for a minute. And I'm going to bring in some other pieces here. So I used designer series paper that I got. Came out of the All About Autumn 6x6 paper pack. So I've been using this up a lot. And this is the piece that has that cushion chair. And I never knew what to do with it, but I love this other side. Oh, and I should have told you that this paper was Pretty Peacock, if you were wondering what color I was using. And I wanted something, I used the Pretty Peacock to pull out the Pretty Peacock in here, but then I love this copper, and I wanted something to kind of pull that out. So I ended up using copper clay. So I used copper clay paper here. This first piece is, let me look at my directions here. It is 2 7/8 by 5 3/8. So 2 7/8 by 5 3/8. And the DSP is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. Okay. So we're going to line this up on here. Just like that. We're going to set that aside for a minute. We'll put them all together. Now this one is 1 3/8 by 5 3/8. And this one is 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. Okay. Put this on. Okay. And then this one here is 7/8 by 5 3/8. And this one is 3/4 by 5 1/4. Okay. Now we're going to bring this over and we're going to kind of flatten it a little bit. And we're going to attach this first one down. And I'm going to put it right here in the front. Like that. Oh, made it go down a little bit. Let me see if I can save it. Sometimes with this, yep, there we go. It's a little forgiving for sometimes in the first, and then once it sticks, it sticks. Now we're going to skip this next one and we're going to go to this one. Okay, so we're going to skip one and we're going to go to this one. We're going to put it right here. Okay. And then we're going to skip this one and we're going to go up here to the next one. I am struggling with this tape runner tonight. I think it's getting close to the, oh no, it's still got quite a bit in there. Sometimes it struggles with me when I'm at the end of it. Okay. So we're going to end up having to reinforce these because we're going to flatten it, open it a lot. But that's what it will look like so far. Looks like this. And I think that's absolutely gorgeous. And you could honestly put some more designer series paper on there and just put one little picture. But I thought this was kind of cute to add a bunch of pictures. So now I'm going to give you the DSP for the diamond triangle shape of this. This is a square that is cut at 3 by 3. Then you need a square that is cut at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Then you need a square that is cut at 2.5 by 2.5. And then I got something sticky here. Must be. Then you need some Very Vanilla. And this one is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. This one is 2.5 by 2.5. And this one is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. So now let's get some stamping done. On the very first one here, I kind of just put it on here so it looks like a triangle way. That way I know which way to stamp down. I'm going to be using gray granite. I wanted to use the gray granite because I didn't want to use black and make it too, I wanted to like soft and subtle looking. So I decided to use the gray granite ink. And I'm going to stamp this up. And to be honest with you, I even think these are gorgeous uncolored. If you just wanted to stamp them up, I think they just came out really nice. So I just stamped that one just like that. Then I get my next one here. Again, lining it up on my paper here, or my mat. It don't have to be perfectly straight. It is a homemade card. And the first thing I stamped down was the bird, or the duck. The duck. I keep wanting to call it a bird, and it's a duck. And I kind of stamped this one up here, like that. And then there's this little scenery that has like pond and some rocks and some little grass. I'm going to stamp that one right there. Okay, so now we can set this one aside and we can bring this one in like this. And then this one has a bigger duck and some little ducks flying away. So I'm going to stamp this one up, and I just kind of put it on the paper just like that. And so they're kind of on there that way. While I got everything out and I'm stamping, we're going to switch to Pebble Path. It kind of stays with the grays, but yet it's a little bit more darker. And on this little piece, I'm going to stamp a greeting that says, "I'm so glad you're in my life." Put that there. And now I need to find what I did. Well, I don't know what I did with my little mat, but this will work. We'll use this so I can color. Okay, and we're going to color all these in. Okay. So what I did for the first duck was I took Shaded Spruce Dark, and I colored, this is the male duck, and I just colored him in his upper half of his head like that with the green. I looked up online duck colors or whatever, and this is what I came up with. So if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. And then I took Wild Wheat Light, and I did their beaks because I thought it looked the most like a duck's beak. Then I'm going to take Pebble Path, and I took Pebble Path Dark, or no, Pebble Path Light. I took Pebble Path Light, and I just colored right where it's naturally dark. And that's all I did for this duck. And I kind of made like little like feathery, because I just followed what they already had here. And I just colored it in, which is like really awesome for this card. And I left the rest white because he has a little more white in him. It looked like to me in the photos of that I looked on online. Then I went ahead and I took the dark, what is this, crumb cake, and I just followed the dark spots on the duck, and I just kind of followed all the dark spots. She has a lot more darkness than most of, you know, females. They are darker. I guess they're not as pretty, just like birds. And then I just took the light crumb cake and I just went over top of, went where I didn't, you know, and kind of blended some of that dark in. I didn't do a lot of blending because I wanted it to definitely show the dark from the light. Then I took dark Balming Blue, and I just took the brush end this time, and I just colored in this little pondy like area down underneath. Now they do have, well, the female or the male one does have a darker, like has a more whiter thing around its neck, but I just left it with the crumb cake or the vanilla. I thought it looked fine with that. And then that's all I did for that. And that lightens up that, oh, you know what? I used dark in that, but actually I think I used light when I first did it. So you know what you do when that happens? Take your color lifter, and I've been doing this a lot with my, and just kind of with my Christmas cards, because I wanted it to look like snowy, but I didn't want it to, and just go over this, and it may look like it's not doing anything. Let it sit, and we'll come back to that and see what it looks like. Okay. I know why I had the dark out. I had it out for this card, and I didn't notice it until later. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to color in this little pond, and I took the light, and I colored in all of the pond, or I don't know what, little lake, whatever they live on. And I even colored down in here a little bit. I didn't make it perfect because I didn't want it to be like perfectly colored in down there. So I did that. Then I took the dark. This is where I took the dark. And you could see where they have their own little ripples here. And I just colored them in to make it look like that was a little darker spot in the pond. And so I did that. And then I didn't want this part to feel left out. So I just kind of made a little swiggly like that down through there. Then I went and I took a Pebble Path dark, and I colored in these rocks. Now you could leave them, really. You don't have to color them because I think they're gray. They already look very nice. But if you want them to have a little bit more, then color them in. Then I took Mossy Meadow Light, and I just kind of flicked over the little grass a little bit, like so. Yeah, that's all the grass. So I did that. And then this looked like a female duck to me because she didn't have like the little white band. So I decided to color her in the female colors. So what I did was I colored her beak first. Then I'm going to take the crumb cake and the dark, and I went in with the dark, and all the dark spots I colored with the dark crumb cake. and even on the tips of her feathers. And I just kind of made them dark. Any place I thought looked a little dark. Sorry if you hear something crying. My dog is crying outside my door because he can't get in here to me right now. And then I took the light crumb cake and I just went right over all this and just blended it in. And I didn't over blend it. Like, I wanted the darkness to definitely stand out because, you know, it's already naturally there. He's so mad. Right here, you might want to blend a little bit more just because you want them to come together better. Okay, so that's all I did for that. So we'll set this one aside too because we've got some more stuff to do with them. Then I'm going to bring in this one here. And I'm going to grab, this looks like a male to me. So I ended up coloring the top of his head in the green. And then it looked like I had a male right here. So I did a dab of green there. And those other two, I just made them females. I don't know. They're tiny. They're like flying in the distance. So that's just kind of what I did. I took the wild wheat and did his beak. Like that. And then I'm going to do his body. And this, I used multiple different kinds of colors to get his body the way I wanted it to look. I used Pebble Path light and dark, and then I used some crumb cake light in this. So, oh, you made your way in. See, the door wasn't even locked and you were whining. So I'm coloring in all the dark spots first. I think he just wanted to come in here to see who I was talking to. He's walking around the room and he's like, there's nobody in there. Okay. Oh, I got some dark spots up here. Just a few on the tips. Okay. And then I went in with the Pebble Path light. And I kind of did, there's like lighter dark spots, if that makes sense. They're not real dark, but they're kind of light. And you didn't want to color the whole thing. I wanted some light left in it. So I was just kind of going over it a little bit, like on the ends of some of the dark spots that I did, like right here. And then I took the crumb cake light and I just went over all of this bird. I know he's more white, but I just felt like he needed more. And this may look awful, but I'll tell you, I just kept going back and forth. I'll show you as I'm going. And I did this. And then I felt like it needed more of the light petal. So then I came in with the light petal again. And I kind of added some more up in here. Just where I thought it needed it. And I just kept going back and forth between these colors. And I just kept blending until I was happy with the colors. And that's all I did to him. And then I'm going to take the two lights and dark here, and I'm going to color the dark spots on the female ones. And I'm just going to color them in, the light spots. And then for this one, for the male, I took the dark Pebble Path and I just colored a few of the dark spots. And I left the rest of it with, well, I took a light crumb cake and I went over him with just light crumb cake just to give him more color. And these all lighten up and stuff. And then one other thing I did was in these ones, when you color them in with the shade of spruce, it kind of hides its eye. So I just took a fine tip marker and I just put the eyeball back in it. So it looks like that. And okay, did you see how this kind of lightened a little bit, but I'd like it a little lighter? So again, I'm just going to keep going over this until you're happy with it. That's all you do. And the more you go over it, the more it'll lighten up. All right, now we're going to take a blending brush and we're going to take the Balming Blue pad. I'm going to stamp this up, and I just went around the outside of this. I just felt like it gave it more of a sky, like a sky look for the card, for the thing. And I did it with all three of them. So is everybody ready for Thanksgiving? What are your guys' plans? Do you have any plans with family? You gonna stay home? I know my sister Missy is coming. My niece Casey is going to come with her 3 kids. And my niece Ashley is going to come with her 4 girls. So, yeah. So that's going to be quite the, and then my son and his girlfriend, and then my little family. So we're going to have quite a little crew here this year. All right, now we're going to attach these to this. Why does this not like me today? Okay, maybe I'm not holding it right. I don't know, I'm having difficulties. And then put this on like you were centering the square on the paper. And then we'll fix, you know, then you turn it when you get ready to put it on the, just wants me to hold it differently today. You're going to your sister's. Well, that's nice, Diane. Aunt Charlotte's going to stay home. There are about 9 of you. Yep. That's nice. Okay. So now we have this. So now we're going to put it on the card. One thing you want to do is there's a score line here. We're going to put this, we're going to eyeball center it, first of all. But we do not want this point to go past the score line, because then the card won't fold and sit upright. So we're going to take some Stampin' Dimensionals, and on the bottom half of this one here, you can put 1 in each corner, and you will be safe covering everything. Now the other ones will be different, and I'll show you that. So you can put 1 dimensional in each corner. And then remember, kind of eyeball center it and make sure it's up above that point. So just like that. And then we're going to go and fold this for the next one. And this one, you're going to center it up with this one here. Kind of do, oh, wrong one. Good thing I checked that. I did that earlier too. Center this up with this one. And now you can only put stuff through down here. So what I did is I flipped it over. I put one here. And then I put one kind of on each side of it a little bit closer, like that. We'll peel these off. And then you're going to line this one up with the one that's in front of it, but do not go past that score line. Don't. I find that a good rule of thumb, the way I've been lining them up, is right with the bottom of the copper border that I put around. So that's what I've been doing there. Then we're going to do the next one, and we're going to do the same thing, but this time you only have a very little bit. So what I did was I took one dimensional and put it down in the corner. Then I grabbed some mini dimensionals. And I need a pokey tool here. And I'm going to put one on each side of it really close. Oop, that didn't bring the dimensional. Okay, on each side like that. And then, again, lining it up with the other ones and with this point right there. I am definitely not lined up. Okay. All right, so there we go. So now at this point, it's a good rule of thumb to reinforce, because we've opened and shut this thing a couple times, to reinforce all the score lines that you have. Do it on both sides. So that way it'll lay much flatter for you. All right. And so we have this so far. Looks like that. I just absolutely love it. And then we're going to take our scissors, and yes, we're going to fussy cut this out. If you want to punch it with a special punch, you definitely can do whatever is easiest for you guys. Man, I put this pretty close to the edge there when I stamped it. And always remember that you're supposed to move your paper and not your scissors. I don't always do that. I try to remember. And then on this one, again, we're going to take mini dimensionals. We're going to put one here. And we're going to put one here. And then I'm just taking a little bit of adhesive and putting it in the middle. Peel this off if I can. When I don't want them to come off, they'll fall right off. And then I'm centering this right down here on the bottom, just like so. Add that in. And then I took some of these gems and I've just went ahead and I added a couple here. I don't even know what these gems are called, but I just had some in my stash. I can't find the package that they were in. Now, I don't know. I'm going to put one up here this time because my daughter, when she was in here, I was talking with her. She's like, oh, put it down there. But now that I look at it, I think I'm going to move that one. You can't really see it. Thank you, Diane. Thank you. And then for the back of the, and thank you, Charlotte. Yeah. For the back of the card, there's two ways you could put your signature. You could open it up and definitely put this piece in here and have it for you to write. But I think with this sitting up, and I would put it on the back and put it back here. Now, I didn't attach this one yet because I don't know what I want to say. I'm going to attach this one to this card because this will be the one I'm going to give to somebody so that they can finish their card. But I'm not going to put anything back there. I'm going to leave it for whoever wins it to decide. But on mine, I didn't put one yet because I don't know what I'm going to say or I want to write, whatever. So if you are the lucky winner of this card, when you get it and you want to stamp it, just open it up. I know this will be in the way, but you'll be able to stamp below here and then you'll be able to write flat. Yes, yes, you too, Diane. Definitely have a happy Thanksgiving. And then this is how it sits, and it just kind of accordion folds, and I just think they're absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love it. I love the card. I love, so if this is a set that you're interested in, it is an online exclusive, just let me know. I'm trying to find my dice here, so leave me lots of comments, whatever you want to say. Hi, hi, you can say hi 10 times. Because we're going to roll for the winner. Let's see. I don't think I need 12. Well, I'll use this one in case we get 12 comments. It goes up to 12. All right, so we have for comments, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. And we're going to roll. So let's see. Number 10. Wouldn't you know it? Here we go. Number 11. Oh. Number 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Diane, you are the lucky winner of this card. So you get to get this card. I will get this in the mail to you. It'll probably arrive sometime after Thanksgiving. But definitely you're the winner. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I hope you give it a try. It wasn't a very hard card. And after the class, I will definitely put down all the dimensions so you don't have to worry, you know, if you didn't get a chance to write them down during the video. But I hope you all have a happy, blessed, safe, if you're traveling, Thanksgiving. And, yeah, and I will be chatting with you all very soon. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.